twinkled with Shangri-La lights. She steered her mind to the beach under the sun, a cool breeze in her hair. The ocean's silver blue stretched on forever. The image of the calm sea as she had waited for waves during her one time on a surfboard worked to slow her breaths until her heartbeat was like the staggered drips of the hose she'd used to wash the sand off her feet. Eventually the drips would stop. And then it went black. Chapter 1. 6 months earlier. Mia exhaled the air from her lungs and let herself sink. The tepid water weighed against her, keeping her afloat, so she blew out more air. Tiny bubbles rose from her mouth as she descended. She sat at the bottom of the pool, legs crossed in meditation pose, though she couldn't be paid enough to meditate. But as an escape, it was peaceful there, unlike the ocean, which had a mind of its own. The last time, the only time she'd been in the sea, she had thrashed and kicked in an attempt to avoid drowning in the Atlantic. She'd coughed up salty mouthfuls until Ruby had grabbed her and swum to shore. Mia had been trying to save Ruby's life, but Ruby had ended up saving hers. Their karma points would never be equal. A plunk in the water above. She looked up to see a red plastic swim schoolfish drop towards her in slow motion. Another plop. A bluefish sunk. Then a running shoe. With her bare feet, Mia pushed off the concrete, its sand-papery surface scratchy against the pads of her toes. She shot up like a bullet, bursting through the surface with a splash. She took a deep breath. "What the?" Water spit from her mouth. She turned her head to see her older brother, Sean, distorted by the chlorine that burned her eyes. He stood poolside in his Boston College Eagle sweatshirt, track pants, and one running shoe. His white athletic sock damp on the wet edge. "Are you crazy?" Mia's voice echoed off the walls, because the Y pool was empty. No one wanted to swim after dark during the remaining chill of early March in South Boston, even though the pool was indoors. "I spent my free Sundays teaching you how to swim, and I come here to find you at the bottom?" Sean's voice was shaky. "I taught myself how to sink." Mia grinned as she treaded water, attempting to get a smile out of him. She failed, but Sean didn't smile much these days. "I've been trying to reach you," he said. "My phone's in a locker." Mia slicked back her hair with one hand. Sean held out a white towel. "It's time to go." Mia hesitated. She never used to want to go in the water. Now, she didn't want to get out. Mia didn't have the chance to swim again that week. It was a balmy Sunday, and she couldn't take her eyes off her mother, whose makeup was heavier than usual. Catherine had always been pretty, yet she didn't look like herself. Porcelain pale, her face was smooth, almost waxy, which emphasized the rose pink of her lipstick. Her meticulously separated lashes were long and dark, her brows chestnut brown arches that matched her hair, which hadn't been that silky in months. A shimmer of lavender eyeshadow covered her lids. Mia wondered how her mom would feel if she knew she was on display. Mia had been on display, and it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. "I would have done a coal smudge instead of the harsh eyeliner," said a familiar voice, its sweet southern lilt softening the R. Then the bite. "That look is dead." Mia turned, expecting to see the pageant's smile and long, lustrous hair like spun gold. But Presley wasn't there. Catherine wore the dress that Mia had made for her the previous summer after Nantucket. Mia had sewn lace around the collar, not in a way that was Victorian and stuffy, but lovely and feminine, like her mom. The fabric's sky blue hue was cheerful. Her mother was one of those cheerful people. Even in the most trying times, her cheer was authentic, not fake it till you make it. Mia couldn't unearth that kind of unconditional cheer, no matter how hard she tried. She loved her mother for it. That dress had clinched Mia's acceptance into mass art, where she would start in the fall.